Shalom, good afternoon. My name is William Christian Meyring. Welcome to the platform Marriage in Christ Jesus. Is the day that you can hear or will hear the big mistake or the problems our forefathers, caused that we also had today with a problem with the choices we made to get married. So what happened here today with me, or for me in my favor, is that my life is not that ordinary. So there are things that must happen in my life or take place. I must meet people, and that is for every day. So whoever came across me or met me, you are not in the dark anymore. And for that reason, I have been chosen by Jesus for this mission. And I had to go myself through a marriage to understand what marriage is really all about. And I had to go through a divorce, and it wasn't easy. So I can feel with those that also had this, miscarriage of a marriage. And you are lucky if your marriage, is not that uneven, or at least you can manage somehow. In most cases, marriage, you were never meant to be married. And even those that are married, their marriage is not the will of God or the will of Jesus. It was never meant to be like it is today. So I hope that you will follow and just listen and to see how a person grows spiritually. The time in 1977, I was just a young man, a teenager, and I didn't understand, and I was very careful who I make friends with. I choose my friends very carefully. And there was this young man working with me on the same site, same company, and but he was Muslim, and he shared with me what he was doing certain days or sometime or over weekends or in the afternoons or whenever or what that he was busy with this ratip stories. He showed me marks on his arms and was telling me how they walk in on on swords, sables, sharp sables, and climbing on their bare feet. And these things didn't cut them because they went into a trance. And through that, I was just not in with that story, because to put something pin through your neck or wherever or through your cheeks or right through your mouth and there's no bleeding, these things weren't for me, not for me, because I wasn't into that to do stuff like that. And I was just a little bit, not at ease with him. And really, I was a little bit afraid of mixing with Muslims, because at that time I was just out of school. 15, I finished school, and I, 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 I was just still looking out for, and here comes this guy. I got this job and I was working with him on the same site, and he was Muslim. I liked him, and so, but when he was talking about this tip stories and stuff, what they did, and how they do these things. And he also invited me to come watch these things. And I was just a little bit not into that things, right? But then the one day he was asking me, he said, "No, man, listen, I would like to come to your house, come visit you, but I got this album there of the main ingredient, and I want you to listen to this album." And in that in those days, I wasn't really into albums and stuff. I was listening to the radio. And the thing now is this because as I was a young boy, teenager, and I loved certain kind of music, and I listened to these things at night in the evenings after work and so. And but he now came and he asked me to come and visit. Now I said, okay, no problem, you can come and you can come over the weekend. And okay, he came to my place, right? And he played for me that album. I was listening to these songs. There was quite a few songs, very interesting. I liked it, but there was this one song stuck, by me. Of this, I'm sure, and that was it. Okay, that afternoon he left, went home, and we see again on Monday at work. But that was it. It just ended there. But this year, January 2025, 48 years turns back. The time went back 48 years, and I realized, why is the song playing in me? It is just going all day, all the time of this, I'm sure. And I realized, but there's a message for me in this main ingredient. And I listen to the song and I feel, the emotion in that song of this, I'm sure. And it is emotional for me. And as I listen to this, I can hear the main ingredient. What is our main focus when we are growing up? As a teenager, then you start to look around, you know. All of us are not the same. And I can say I was 6, 7 years old, and I had already someone in my classroom. There was this girl in my class, sub A, and I was just madly in love with her. I don't know, but anyway, for some reason. And there was this time when I went to a house after school, and opposite the house on the other side of the road were a big stone. And I was standing behind that stone, and she noticed me. I don't know if I told her I would come over to the house and will, you know. And I was standing there, and she was sitting in the window, looking through the window, looking at me. We were looking at each other until my time was not right, and I go home. It happened for some time, but that is where I started. The first lady, first girl. I still remember her name, Marjorie, and her name. We were in the same class. She also had a sister, and Lucas was her surname. And you know, that was my first encounter with the main ingredient. The main ingredient. The main ingredient in anyone's life is to have a partner. You must have a partner. And that is our decision or our choices. We're making choices from a certain age, how we want our life to go or where it should go. And you're building light castles and had lots of dreams and stuff about marriage. I was like that. I'm just sorry. But she wasn't the only one. As I grew up, I always had this eye for beautiful girls. And just somehow it just stuck with me. And then, okay, they came more as okay. Okay, it's sometime they moved from there, from the place. I don't know. And they moved to another place. Okay, and then it's out. No more of Marjorie. But what happened now is that today, at that age, 1977, I was looking for someone, girlfriend. And I couldn't really found or find someone of my choice. That was in retreat when I stayed there, that happened. But in Ravensmead, I had this girl. I met this girl, very strange how I met this girl. And, I was working by the butchery in Sanlam Center. I'm going to tell you some history a little bit. And there was this Willem working with me. He's from Elsie's River. And he told me, no, man, you must mingle with the mums. Get yourself a mummy, a mums. And she can support you and all this stuff. We won't have a problem. He just was just encouraging me to get involved with the mums. And then I started to put it now, tried it. And then there was this auntie. And I was trying not to flirt with her. And this one school holiday, she was working also there at that place, but not the same place where I was working. She was working for the main building. And then I went to this past. My boss sent me to go get something for him, and I see this girl there by this takeaways, and I looked at her and I said, "No, man, I must make a plan." What happened? Eventually, when my boss sent me again that way, I went to her and asked her if I can come visit her by her house. She said, "It's fine, there's no problem." Okay, I went there to the house and I knocked on the front door, and they didn't know. I don't know. Maybe the people they by them don't knock or come in by the back door or something. I don't know what was really the problem. They didn't open the front door. They said to me, "Okay, come around," and I went to the kitchen door. I knock on the kitchen, we are half open. So come inside, and I go in. I see, and I saw this auntie. I was feeling so terrible. What is this now? Here's the auntie that I tried to flirt with now. And it was her daughter. I never knew that was her daughter. And I just greet and I feel so, I don't know how I had it. And I just greet and I say, ask if she said, no, you can go to the front, she's there. In there. And then I met her in the living room. And I was so uncomfortable. And I I was like this. I always carried photos with me, my photos of mine and so on. And then we spoke there, and she asked me if I do have pictures. She would like me to give her a picture or so, a photo and so on. I told her, I've got one here with you. And I showed her the pictures, and she loved this one. She can have it. And I gave her the picture. And I couldn't wait for me to get this visit to get over, And I was, don't know how I got it because, and later I make an excuse. I said I must go now, and right eventually. And then I left. I gave her the picture and I left. And I go there again. And the only reason why I went back is to ask my picture. I said, sorry, man, I don't think I can be friends with you anymore. Can you just give me my picture back, please? And I'd never told them or mother why I changed my mind, to visit her, whatever, and so on again. And I just disappear. And I feel that I can't do this to this young girl. And her mother knows me now. We working with the same place. She knows now where I worked. And the thing is not that I feel ashamed of what I did. And for that reason, I just stay away. But what happened? She followed me. The place, the house where I go every day, she come there to see me. I don't know how did she find out that I go to that house. Never before did she came to that house. Since I went out from 16 years, I went to that house. It was in Deerfield. And she was just looking at me. And then I tried to stay away, but from my friend, so that this can get over, right? It just passed, that passed. But then I met this a friend, another girl, by my cousin's house, and she then fall for me. And what happened in the end of the day is that we got involved and so on. And one day her father came to my house, and when I got was looking for her, and when I got home the afternoon, my mother said, "What are you at? What are you up to?" That man were looking for his daughter, and she told me he got a big pole, and he said, if he's gonna get me, he's gonna kill me, finish me with this pig pole, And mother stay away from his daughter. Okay, that happened. Okay, that is now over. But what happened after many years? The thing that he wanted to do with me happened to his daughter. It was just switched around. And that is when I started to realize now something is not fine here anymore. And that is when, after that, we then was stay in a retreat. We moved to retreat and we stayed there. And there I met this girl that I married in the end of the day. But what happened? I didn't love this girl because I made a child there, and the child weren't normal. She had brain damage, cerebral palsy. Say, well, cerebral palsy, right? And I decided because of the child, I married her, and that was my choice. Just not because really for me that time it was I was now older, 18. And what happened now, I want to get out of the house because my mother didn't care or take care of me anymore because she leave that to my younger sisters to take care of me. And I wasn't happy with it. And I wanted to get out of the house now. I want to move out, find me a wife, and I want to get married, and I want to just leave the house and go on my own. That is how I got married. But while I was married, my relationships with other girls didn't stop there. Then I get the opportunity to get girls that I really wanted, and I started to date them and whatever this thing. And I had from one, and then to another one, and then another one. I had a child by the one, and the other one I make a child there also. And you know what I'm saying? I was still looking for Mrs. Right, okay? But what happened in these times when these girls, they then it is their own fault in the end of the way they treated me. They don't know what I'm looking for, but I was looking at your manners, what kind of person you are. And if you're not up to standard, then I just walk away. And that happened also with one of these girls, right? But and in the end of the day, I said I had a lot of relationships until one day I was staying in Mrs. Plain. It was in the afternoon, around about 12 o'clock. I just feel tired. I want to go, just lay down on the bed. And I just go throw myself on the bed. I was alone at home. I just lay down and I just closed my eyes. And there I saw this girl with this bush of hair, white face, looked like a white woman. And she's coming with her face into my face until she almost touched my face. And there I just opened my eyes. I got up, get into my car, and I go take a ride, and I go drive. I go look for this girl, and I decided if I get that girl, if I gonna meet her on the road, I will never go back. That is how my life was. That is how I was married. About my decisions and my reasons to get married and my choices in life. But all these things were destiny because I never knew that that girl, that woman that came into my face like this would come after many years. Then she would come, that same girl. And she came. I was sitting in Johannesburg in Eldorado Park. Me and my friend were go picking up his daughter by the creche. We were working in Joburg. And what happened there is that while we were waiting for the child to come out, there's come this lady down the road on the pavement. She walking. I told my friend, look at this girl coming here our way now. And when she got to the car and passed my window and I look up into her eyes, my heart from here, it jumped from here, because it here in my throat. I told him, You know what happened to me? My heart just jumped from here, sitting in my throat. Now, I said, just get out and go tell her she made your day. I couldn't move. That was the same. I could have just get out of the. I think if I must not get out of the car, I won't come back. I'll stay with her because I lose my heart on this woman. That was a beautiful girl also, and she gave me a smile, and she just kicked me like that. So comes the opportunities to get involved and to get into trouble and to find out in the end of the day that the choices you made were never the right choices. But for me, I had to go through all these channels. I was very much involved, even with older woman, married woman, you know. And like I said, it was all about experience for me to speak here today. Of this, I'm sure the main ingredient in our life, you must make sure that you find the right person. And the one that was really sent to me, I was married. And that is why I realized that the choices that I made up till that time were not the right choice. Even those relationships out of marriage I had weren't the choice Jesus. I was just messing up everything. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say here, that the right time, Jesus brought this woman. You see here in my picture, the profile picture for YouTube. That lady was the lady. Jesus showed me those days how she looked, and she's gonna come to me. I'm not gonna go look for her or run after her. If I must have known that from my first day of sub A, I would never have looked around. And she is the perfect woman. Today, it's 16 years ago that I met her. And now, this is the ninth year that she is away from us as a family. We are broken up. Not that we decided to break up, but because of Bible prophecy. I am here. I was chosen to fulfill the prophecy of Hosea 1, 2, and 3, 4. You know? So what happened now in the end of the day, I had to do this. It started with the Muslims. And now, this thing I'm sitting in front of here, looking at this laptop, it was a Muslim. Like that one, he brought me a yabo. And this one, he make it possible for me to have this laptop. This other Muslim. And he is from Pakistan. Right? Jesus sent that man from Pakistan to me. So what happened here now is that even him will watch this video. And he must understand that he's been sent from there to me because there are so many things wrong things in this world, and people are trying to fix it. They fix it. But what happens? Jesus allowed everyone to fix something. As long as you have the opportunity to fix something, even though if it's wrong, you must fix it. He allows you because destiny is our director. He directs our life's destiny. There's nothing that you decide that's gonna work out for you. It is already planned for you to do to come where you are now. There's nothing that you want or gain here. No. I thought also so. I also think that, but after 48 years, this year, I realized of this, I'm sure. I am sure of this, I'm sure. The marriage that Jesus is, what God puts together, no one can put asunder. So what happened now, the choices I made was not, but it was allowed. So that he can show me how you're going to find your real soulmate. He brought it to me, like in the vision. She came past his house. I stopped her. I gave her my book. After she read my book, she came back to me. She said she was sent to Cape Town because she must go look for this holy man. And she thought he was a priest. But now in this book, she see that it's not a priest that she thought it is, but it's you that he sent me to. And after that, things started to happen. I never had a relationship with her, falling in love and stuff. What happened there was all spiritual from that moment. And that is how she came into my life. So what I'm telling you now, your wife is still outside there. Your husband, he is still out there. The choices you made till now was yours and the government and your church you belong to. All the tradition has been carried over to you. How you should. Our forefathers showed us. You made a bed, you go lay on the bed. You make a child there, you made a child, you must marry that girl. And what happened here? I had 3 children with this woman. The first one was she died because I felt I don't want this girl to look after this girl, this our baby now for her whole life alone. So I offer myself to help, to take care of this child. That was my choice. I could have just left it, whatever happened. But now, even these two, the boys that after that, they were dropped. I dropped them according to them. They still today they're hurt. They can't forgive me. The older one can't forgive me for what happened in my life. They got now 2 sisters, and another brother. And the stuff outside there are also, I think, two boys. They never met them. But what I'm trying to say, the choices we made in our life, on our life's journey. I had to go through all these things to be sure of the choices that has been made for me. Of this, I'm sure the main ingredient in my life, the first is Jesus, then it's your wife, and then your children, and then your work. But if you mustn't have a wife or a husband, you won't have one. You must stay with God. But that is not your choice. That is the choice of Jesus. So I had to go through all these things, and I'm now here to teach the world. To teach the world. And you will see how my life is going to go forward. This is going to affect the Arabs. They take 6 years, married 6 years old children. The Jews, I think puberty 8 years old or 8 years. I'm sure, yeah, the 8 years a girl is right. You can marry, I think, an 8-year-old girl. And they can maybe have more than one wife, you know. And someone asked the other day, why did you change this now that you can have 3 or 4 wives and now you change it? You see, now who was that a message from God? So these things, there's a lot of things questioned. So here am I now. God chooses me. He chose me to lead this world spiritually and literally. It's going to happen literally. I am waiting now on Donald Trump. Let him go on with his way. And I will have to start here in South Africa to take over the government. First the church. I'm working on the church now also. And then the government. But he's going to give me Africa. As you can see what happens in Africa. So marriage in the end of the day is the big problem for the whole world. I never knew the Jews also getting divorced. They're getting divorced. Right? Yes, I didn't know that they're getting divorced. I just didn't know they're the perfect people. But they also have miscarriage marriages. So in the end of the day, I'm here. I've been sent here. Hosea 2. 1 to 3, 1 to 3, and 1 to 3, 4. So now what happened now is that you will now see in the future. I don't know how long from now. When is my wife going to come back? But she's going to come back, right? And then things will come more to a point where people will understand that my word has power. I told for how many years that she's going to come back. And He didn't tell me when she's going to come back, but he told me she must move, get out of your life now, so you must work on your fruits of the Spirit. I want you to work on the fruit of the Spirit. And that is what marriage is all about. Choice marriages? Never. It's not from Jesus. Okay, I decided not to go really. I just wanted to make this video half an hour. I don't see anybody here really today looking in this video here or popping up. So I'm just was just trying to see, hope and see I can get some people that's going to come have a look in here and comment here and maybe ask a question or so. You can feel free to ask me in the comments anything. If you want to ask about marriage, I can give you guidance and I can tell you exactly how it really works to how to get your spouse or your soulmate. So what happened now is that this is the story. The song of this, I'm sure. It was a Muslim that came to me when I was starting to look out really for a partner, a life soulmate. It was a Muslim. And now in the end, I will be the one that's going to take this message to the Muslims. And they are going to, there's a whole change going to come with the Muslims because I'm their prophet also, you know, because it was shown to me, the Muslims, I'm going to give them water in the desert. That was a revelation I had. So what I'm just doing here, I'm just preparing you for the future. What you can do is to subscribe and to hit the notification bell and to like this video. So when I make another video, then you can be notified before it comes up and prepare or get yourself ready. If you like this type of videos that I'll do, share them and let more people know about this. You see what our governments now, even the South African government, I will be taking it over as soon as the time is right. No fighting. I will just go up to the parliament. I'll just walk in there and they will just flee. Okay? These things God, Jesus showed me. So what happened now, but I must now prepare the way for those that's going to be with me doing these things. So share these videos. There's nobody out there. Nobody, nobody, not even Gayton. Forget about Gayton. Forget about whoever's trying to be a picture or a frame or want to build an image here. They are not. They are not reliable. They don't have the ability. They don't have it in them to be a leader. You are born a leader. And what happened in my life, I can see everything that was prophesied 48 years ago just fall into place. Things are just falling into place. I don't do anything really. I must just be on certain places so that things can come into place. Okay, Jesus love you. He blesses you. He bless Israel and Israel. We stand with Israel. Okay, spiritually and physical or literally. Shalom. Till next time. I hope you enjoy this video. Just make your family and friends aware of this video and share it, like it, push the notification bell, and you will be notified in time when I put up another video or when I come live. Especially now in this time with this load shedding, it's a little bit awkward to make videos because it took this app takes for me maybe 12 hours to upload the video and to export the video out, into it is too much. So I'll try to keep the video short that you can watch it, just keep it under 30 or 30 minutes. Anyway, enjoy your afternoon, enjoy your day, and Jesus bless you. Shalom till we meet again.